Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today, we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 225, released September 1981. Our price, 90 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the best way that you can support this channel, help continue it to grow. Costs you nothing, but it helps me a whole heck of a lot, so please consider doing that. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. What do you get? You get a 6 set of stickers. You get a, where's the button bag? I lost the button bag. You can get a 6 set of buttons. You can also get this stencil, great for defacing both public and private property. Link is down in the description. You can also become a channel member on YouTube. You get early access to the videos, and you get some cool emojis that you can use during the live streams. Anyway, these are the people whom I get to thank for their support today. Hutch. Wait. Here we go. Hutch, Ben Forsgren, Joey Jesso, Reflection of Perfection, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsberry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get back into this. The reason for the season. There we are. This is a double feature movie issue. You have Popeye, or as Kyle Bridget would say, Popeye. And you'll flip over altered states. So it's like this. It's a double feature. It's a double feature issue as well, so it's set up differently. Now, they've done this in one other instance that I can think of, and that's the election. I think it's Mad Magazine number 61. That's actually, I think, wrong. But anyway, it was the one with JFK and Richard Nixon on each side. They had a congratulations for them, and they may have done it more than that, though. This is the real cover, though, with Robin Williams' Popeye. And Alfred E. Neuman as little Sweet Pea. That's not a good one, is it? No, it's not. Mort Drucker doing this illustration. Fun to see Mort Drucker's work in color. So you open the magazine, and it's like everything seems normal. You have the house ad right there. You have the table of contents. Oh, what's the wit and wisdom? Live every day as if it were your last, because one of these days you'll be right. We go into here, and I didn't really notice it until I got to the middle of the issue. That is, the letters page is in the center. I guess they didn't want to favor one cover over the other, so they put the letters page in the center. Here we have a beautiful suicide ad. Why kill yourself just because you missed the last issue at the newsstand? Subscribe to Mad and have it mailed to your home. And here he is, Paul Coker Jr. drawing a guy eating presumably toxic waste or some type of industrial runoff that will surely kill him. Lots and lots of celebrity sightings here. We have Dick Clark, we have Tony Perkins, and then there's also a letter from Ted Koppel. I wouldn't make too much of the resemblance. Old Alfred E. has survived innumerable assaults on his character, but suggesting that he looks like a journalist, and a television journalist to boot, maybe more than ever that durable dummy can survive. More than even that durable dummy can survive. Personally, I think he looks more like Prince Charles. Of course, they're referring to the issue that has, who does it have? It has Ted Koppel, Prince Charles, and then the late night guy that I love. I forget. Dave. What's his name? David Letterman. There we go. That was a great cover. Anyway, then we also have on this one, we have Kathy Gaines got married. So there's her wedding photo. And it says, back in 58, in issue 43, my mother asked you to print my baby picture, and you did. Now here it is 23 years later, and I'm asking you to print my wedding picture. I hate to say it, but having my picture appear on the letters page of Mad has been just about the only real advantage to being the daughter of the publisher. daughter of William M. Gaines. Now we can actually get into the issue. Flop-eye, or Popeye, as Canadians like Kyle Bridget say, Popeye. I think I saw this movie a single time, and don't really remember it. It might be worth a rewatch. I remember like the little kind of crooked village that he lives in on the sea. The illustrations of this are beautiful. But what else would you expect from old Mort Drucker? But yeah, I don't have much commentary on this. I am going to be honest. Here we have one blazing hot day in the desert. This old chap crawling along. Public telephone, 200 feet. It's just like sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Like this one. So, boy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will be the 6th corpse waiting for this woman to finish her phone call. Say it ain't so. Now, you're familiar with the oh, sorry, I should have hit the yawn button, hit pause or something. Anyway, you're familiar with these celebrity wallets that they would do, where it'd be like, I think the last one we saw was Frank Sinatra's celebrity wallet. Well, this time it's celebrity diapers, and it's kind of fun. Attila the Hun, Hari Krishna. Is Hari Krishna a person, or is it a group of people? Anyway, Harry Houdini. I just noticed he's escaped his diaper. The Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. Yasser Arafat, Napoleon, and Lady Godiva, a nude. Obviously, she rode her horse. It's Bob Clark. Yes, it is. I can tell by his signature, and also his name is right there, and also because of how it is, I can tell that it is he. Now this is sort of classic Mad trope, which is like kind of just shit that a writer is bothered by. They get bothered by enough things, and they can put together an article for Mad. If they can put a man on the moon, can they? Can they put a man on the moon? Can they? If they can put a man on the moon, then why can't they put a man on the moon again? Why not? Why can't they invent a parking meter that can make change of a dollar bill? Okay, that was a big yawn. Sorry. This is one thing you're going to notice is that a lot of these problems are no longer problems. So, John Ficarra should be pretty happy about that. Market a roll of Scotch tape that's easy to start every time. Boom, they got it. They have like the little tab now. Devise a child-proof medicine bottle that isn't also adult-proof. John, that's a personal problem, all right? Make a toaster that actually toasts the way the dial is set. Okay, that one's still haven't done that. Invent an electric can opener whose blade is easy to keep clean. I was always interested to see electric can openers. How much stuff are you... I know now they have like the easy tabs to open them. But like, how much canned goods are you consuming that you need an electric can opener? You must be having canned food like daily in order to justify that. Manufacture ice cube trays that allow for easy removal of the cubes. Design a raffle ticket that has enough space for you to write your... Well, that's just degenerate gambling, so you don't have my pity. Invent a smoke detector that knows the difference between a real fire and a hamburger that's cooking. That's a problem for me a lot. I just don't have a fire detector. Develop a clear plastic wrap that doesn't bunch up and cling together the second you pull it off the roll. They've done it, and you know what? It doesn't now it doesn't stick to anything. It's just plastic wrap that you just drape on stuff. It's awful. Make a permanent press garment that doesn't need touching up with a cool iron. Develop an effective way to keep fast food French fries hot. Nope. Judge ahead of time that a motion picture or a Broadway play is a bomb. You just got to take a chance. Oh, we get even more. If they can put a man on the moon, then why can't they manufacture a box of cookies that can be opened at either end? What? That's a bizarre one. Invent a popcorn machine that pops all the kernels. Oof. I wish. And then train parking attendants to drive at a normal speed. Well, they got to get there fast. Design a shirt collar that doesn't keep popping out of a man's suit jacket. Get a better fitting suit. I don't know. Now, this is great. I'm going to go over this one a little bit because who's involved with it. This is Mad's Airline President of the Year. They do these all the time. Mad Insurance Salesman of the Year. Mad Garbage Hauler of the Year. Mad whatever of the year they would do. And they would have this recurring cast of, not recurring, it's a non-recurrent feature. They would have different people doing the interview every single time, not the way that Cracks Magazine did it with like Nanny Dickering always interviewing. This is different. And today we have a very special one. Hi, I'm OG Simpleton, and I used to run through defensive lines. Then I ran through airports, and now I'm running through 4 pages of Mad Magazine as we bring you an exclusive interview with Mr. Quincy Widebody of American Trans World United Delta Continental National Airlines, who was recently named Mad's Airline President of the Year. Mr. Widebody, what qualifies you to be the president of a major airline? Experience, OG. Before coming here, I was in charge of logistics at the Chicago stockyards. What does moving cattle have to do with running an airline? I guess you've never flown coach before. What's your average number of passengers per flight? Oh, about 160 head. Because that's how you count cattle, is by head. That's the long line at the ticket counter. People waiting to take advantage of our budget saver fares, which save passengers 50% off round trip tickets. Say, that's quite a saving. Can anybody get a budget saver fare? Sure, just as long as they buy their ticket exactly 27 days in advance, take a 3 a.m. night flight, and stay at their destination for exactly 10 days. Exactly. And it goes on. That woman coming through the arrivals gate is in a wheelchair. Is she a handicapped person? She wasn't when she boarded. Like I said, you probably never sat squeezed in 5 hours in coach before. And that man is being taken off that plane in handcuffs. Is he a terrorist? Worse, he's a coach passenger who tried to talk to a friend riding in first class. You can't allow it at all. How do you decide what menus to serve aloft? Whatever's on special at the local Safeway. Today, we're serving globs of lasagna with pasty, thick, sour red tomato sauce. Our tests indicate it's the perfect choice. You mean people love it? They hate it. We wheel a meal cart down the aisle, and by the time the people smell it, 80% of them don't want to eat. And every meal we don't serve puts 32.5 cents in our pockets. The meal costs 32.5 cents? That's right, if you figure in the cost of the air sickness bag. All right, next up is Mad's really relevant book of lists. These are the things that I really love features like this in Mad Magazine. One of the reasons being is like it's a little, what is that? A time capsule. I wouldn't know about this book if it wasn't for this article. So it's a little glimpse into 1981, right? One of the most popular books in recent years is the Book of Lists. It's loaded with lists such as 11 prominent coffee drinkers, 10 famous snorers, 17 animals with pouches, and 12 heaviest humans. The only problem is the book doesn't have much to do with everyday living, so Mad has done its usual thing. It now presents Mad's really relevant Book of Lists. This is also fun because it's like, it's a nice reminder that sort of like vapid infotainment type things, listicles, predated the internet, right? People consumed bullshit even, what is that, over 40 years ago? 43 years ago? 44 years ago? People are still consuming just dumb, mindless things. So the more things change, the more things stay the same. This is kind of fun. A lot of chicken fat here. Is that chicken fat? Is text chicken fat? William Gaines, Potter's Eve, Angelo Torres, Poyet, Potter's Eve, Jack Ricker, National Gorilla Suit Week, The Frog Prince, Al Jaffee, Potter's Eve, Fold In, David Frazier, Glitch, Stan Hart, Arth something, Corwin the Mystic, Goop Irving Shield, Phone Bone, Dick DiBartolo. It's just the Mad Zeppelin, Phone Bone. It's all over. Jack Rickard, Al Jaff. Oh, it goes again. Anyway, I did kind of skip those first three, but who cares? They probably weren't that good anyway. 9 very unsuccessful pickup lines. Would you like to see my boa constrictor? Is that a false nose? You look just like a hooker I knew in Fresno. I'm drunk. Hi, my friends call me creepy. Would you like to come to a party in my tool shed? I just threw up. You're ugly, but you intrigue me. I had to find out what kind of woman would go dressed like that. 9 inspired mad premises. The lighter side of terrorism. They should have done that one. The terminal diseases to match your career. You know you should change your sex when. Hysterical logarithms. Don Martin looks at Tulsa. If mad celebrities were into strip mining. The degenerates Mother Goose. Mad's bus boy of the year. They may have done that. If Albanian women played baseball. 7 polite comments you can make to a bore which sound like you're listening when you're really not. Is that so? Go on. Interesting. I didn't know that. 8 names not to name your baby boy. Attila, Rasputin, Darth, Rover, Richard Milhouse, Ayatollah, Satan, and Betty Sue. 9 pieces of flattery we could do without. You're a hell of a good loser. You're really terrific to put up with my playing around. You're lucky. Most men would have fractured both arms. You're brave. Most men would have passed out from the pain. You take insults beautifully. You may not be good looking, but you're sweet. You've been calm and cool all through this earthquake. You've taken your bankruptcy like a man. You never flinched when they mugged us. Now, I don't know. Some of them are okay. Some of them are funny. 8 topics to steer clear of at a formal dinner. Descriptions of bread mold. Coping with the runs in Mexico. Slaughter methods at the Chicago stockyards. Wow, Chicago stockyards are getting a lot of attention. Trunk murderers. Raw sewage. Leprosy. Torture techniques in Turkish prisons. And jungle rot. There you go. Hit pause. See if you could zoom in and read the rest of those. Publicly prohibited bad habits of the future. Disclosing the end of a movie is prohibited by law. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Giving the end of the movie to a person or persons who has not seen the film was federally outlawed in 1982 by Franz Grubernick of Anaheim, California, caused a riot in the lobby of the Primo Theater in Los Angeles, California, by revealing the shocking conclusion to Brian De Palma's latest suspense thriller, Pressed to Kill, to 350 people at the premiere, including Mr. De Palma. There you go. Jack Ricker doing some beautiful illustrations. Now, I just realized, boy, I spent a lot of time looking at all this other stuff. I'm not leaving myself very much time for the rest of it. Let's do the fold-in right now, because we can't really go backwards through the rest of this. Oh, man. They change it. What ancient, slow-moving creatures threatened with extinction? The Postal Service. The little postman, the Postal Service. People whine about the Postal Service all the time. Look, you even get your own table of contents. With most movies today, the only thing left to the imagination is the plot. Altered State is the film. I don't know what movie this is. I've never heard of this movie. There's a poet. Yeah. I guess he changes into Popeye. I mean, who is this actor? I know this actor. I just don't know his name. He's in a lot of stuff. Anyway. Real Life Madness. Artist Harry North, Esquire, and Wright. That's interesting. Artist Wright Lou Silverstone. Yeah, right. They did a typo. Wow. Real Life Madness. A congressman who is caught taking a bribe or an illegal payoff is punished by being censured by his colleagues. Shame, Charlie. Charlie, you ought to be tarred and feathered. Yeah, imagine getting caught. A student who is caught cheating or peeking at classmates' paper during an exam is thrown out of his school. You have violated this school's honor code. It is my duty to dismiss you from the academy. By God, boy, cheating is un-American. The medical profession fought long and hard against the passage of any form of Medicaid or Medicare programs. Medicaid finally passed, and the doctors who tried to prevent it are now the ones reaping the most benefits. There you go. That's a madness. Foreign students who aren't allowed to protest in their own country unless they want to risk being eliminated come to the U.S. and hold demonstrations to their heart's content, mostly against America, while they're attending U.S. universities paid for by U.S. taxpayers and being protected by American police paid for by ditto. There you go. One blazing hot day on the beach. Oh, look at. Oh, no, it's raining on the beach. Oh, what a rascal. Here we have William Shakespeare, social critic. I'm nothing if not critical. This is kind of like the whole thing where you photos with captions, but it is a little bit different because it's more specific. You stones, you worse than senseless things. Always a villain's office or a fool's. How dangerous it is to jet. Is thou seest is but a clod. This thou seest is but a clod. I hear a tongue shriller than all music. Oh, certainly not, right? Do not seek to stuff my head with more ill news, for it is full. Here we have the lighter side of. You can hit pause if you want to read those. I don't feel like it today. You know what? I promise. The next time I see a lighter side of, I will read it. Only one spy versus spy. Now this one, sort of like that one, the first Don Martin, doesn't make sense. But also, it so relies on the white spy nearly missing him in a very specific way. It's almost like too good to be true. Here we have Mad's career-oriented Mother Goose. Mary had an LTD. Oh, beautiful writing by Frank Jacobs and beautiful art by Paul Coker Jr. Mary had an LTD. She drove it for a week, and everywhere that Mary went, she heard an awful squeak. She drove it to a shop run by a fine mechanic who declared that he would find the squeak before the week was through. The squeak is gone, and Mary's broke 900 was the ticket. He put a new transmission in and taken out the cricket. Little Miss Muffet is sharing her tuffet with Bo Peep and Solomon Grundy. They say Georgie Porgy was seen at an orgy with old Mother Hubbard last Sunday. This is Miss Muffet as a gossip columnist. Seems Little Boy Blue gets it on in the shoe 'cause he's heard the old woman is kinky. And as for Jack Sprat, well, his wife left him flat and is living with wee Willie Winky. There you go. One blazing hot day on Main Street. Oh, hey, smell my flower. Oh, what a chump. And this is who pulls out a gun and kills him. All right, you guys. Well, that is that. This has been Mad Magazine. What? Hold on. I get them all twisted up. Mad Magazine number 225. Please remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. It really does help the channel. And thank you all so much for watching. Toodaloo.